Guys, and welcome to Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Mick here. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everything's good with you. Yeah, today we're going to be doing tarps 101 and we're taking it from the ground up a level. So we've done tarps using trees, we've done tarps using freestanding shelters on the ground, and now we're going to go to hammock camping using a tarp for your hammock. Okay. Now hammocks are one of my preferred methods for camping out in places like this which are very wooded, purely and simply because it gets me off the ground, gets me away from all the bugs, all the creepy crawlies. In the summer it can be cooler because you get a bit of a breeze through, and in the winter you can make it very warm, but we'll discuss that and cover that in the video. Guys, please like, subscribe, share and comment. We appreciate every comment we've got, and they're getting better. We're getting more and more comments, and we really like the feedback. It gives us the morale, gives us a push to keep going with the videos, and it also lets us know what you guys want to see. So please, whether you've subscribed or not, send us a like, send us a comment, and if you don't like the video, please still comment. Let me know why, and then we can adapt and change and make the videos you really want to see. So now, this is Mick and Mac, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival, and the Hampshire Hog Hunters, up in the woods on a glorious day. Right guys, so we're going to be setting up a hammock. Now, there are many types of hammock, okay? I've got a 1 Tigris hammock, and it's going to be the first time I've set this hammock up, okay? In the past, I've used Snugpack jungle hammocks, which I'd recommend to absolutely anybody. Brilliant system, love them dearly, the mosquito net and everything's fantastic. Okay, but I decided to try the 1 Tigris because I'd seen them online and I'd seen other people reviewing them, and I thought, do you know what? Time for a new bit of kit. Now, don't feel you've got to buy an expensive hammock, and my suggestion to you is if you're going to get into hammock camping from the beginning, buy yourself a cheap online hammock. Get one from Amazon. You can pick them up for about 20 quid. Try it, see if you like it. If you do like it, brilliant, then you can progress forward. If you don't like it, well, it's 20 quid, you can sell it online and probably get your 20 quid back. So that's my thoughts on hammocks. Now, the reasoning I love hammocks is, one, as I said before, I'm off the ground, okay? I've got airflow around me, so in the summer when it's hot and it's humid up here, there's lots of creepy crawlies, lots of insects, or the ground's a bit moist, I'm off of it and I'm away from it. The other thing is it supports my body in a way I've become comfortable with. When I first started hammocking, didn't find it that comfortable, okay? But very quickly got used to it, and as Mac will tell you, and I will point out, after a long day's hiking, walking, when all the muscles and joints are aching, being suspended in a hammock is actually very comfortable. Okay, you get no pressure points on any point of your body, and that is one of the bonuses of a hammock. And you can set it up for winter, which I will demonstrate in a little bit. So now let's get on with this. This hammock. So, 1 Tigris hammock. Let's have a look, see what I've got in here. So, first things first, tree straps, like those, canvas. Okay. Now, I'm going to go around the tree twice. You don't have to, you can probably get away with it once. Do it once. Let's do it once at that end. Now when you open out your hammock, what you'll find is there's carabiners. Okay, these carabiners clip to your strap system. So trying to keep your hammock as much as you can off the ground. Clip it on initially pretty much anywhere you want and run it out, because you're going to adjust the height and the position of your hammock afterwards. Right, I'm actually going to swap that round because my hammock's going to be opening the wrong way round for the camera. That's better. That's my hammock. That's my built-in bug net. And now, ideally what you want to do at this point is have a look at your hammock. Have a look at the ground underneath you. Sit yourself back into your hammock. Let the tension come up and look at the height. And as you can see there, okay, that's going to be way too low. Way too low. So what I'm actually going to do is place that down there. I'm going to go around that tree twice. Around that tree twice, and I can lift that up. A bit higher. Come back to my hammock. Sit my butt in it. Let the tension take up on it. Okay, and when you get a hammock, when you first get a hammock, you've got to stretch it out. All the cordage needs to stretch. It needs to figure out where it needs to be for your body weight. And that's nice for me because I can put my feet straight on the ground, get up out my hammock. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that for height. So that's pretty much the hammock set up. Now, with the hammock system, we'll obviously spread once I'm in it, and my bug fly is already there. So let's sling that up. What we'll do now, I'm going to stick some basic bedding in that, get it set up as I would if I was out in the woods for real, and then we will get a top shelter set up over the top. Right, sleep system that I'm going to put into it today. Is the American Wooby, and the reason I'm going with the Wooby, it's a nice comfortable light system. It's a warm day. If I was going to be doing an overnighter, this works as a nice blanket system. It's cool enough, or it's light enough for me not to overheat, yet will give me plenty of insulation, plenty of warmth. Now I must thank John, one of my subscribers, who sent this to me all the way from America. John, thank you very much. The Wooby, yeah, it's the way to go. I absolutely adore it, and you're going to be seeing more of this piece of kit. If you can't get a Wooby, unzip your sleeping bag, okay? It will work for you in exactly the same manner. So that's my bed system is in. Yeah, simple as that. So a hammock is that simple, okay? Don't be worried about setting up and all that. So as long as the trees are sturdy enough, you've got the straps around it, you'll be laughing. So next thing in, let's get the tarp up in case the weather changes. So I'm going to use a very simple system. I'm going to go with a simple tarp line, run a line from tree to tree, get some tension on it, throw the tarp over it, and then peg it out on the ground. So ideally, what you want to do, one end of your line, have a large loop. Okay, a loop big enough that your bundle of rope passes through. Come up above your hammock. Let's turn around the other way so you can see me. So come up above your hammock, come through, put some tension on it, run your line out. Come up above your hammock. Now, I've come round the tree. Come back over your line. Pull it back round. Back round. over the line, pull it back round, and this is tensioning it for you. This is getting a good tension on that line. I'll do it 3 times. And then all I'm going to do is secure it with a very simple overhand knot. Right, simple overhand knot, so it can be released easily. It's got enough tension on there to hold my tarp up. Now, I've seen people doing these super tents. Now, literally, that is gone like a piano wire. Right? Don't really want to do that. If we start to get a windy night, these trees start to blow to and from, your hammock will rise and fall. That's not a problem, you can deal with that. But if that's super tense, or got a super amount of tension on it, as the trees blow apart, that will snap, okay? Then your whole shelter's down and you're getting wet. So you want good tension on it, but you want to have enough that it's got a little bit of flex, just so the trees can move. And so, another new bit of kit. So you've seen us all use the MOD tarps, military tarps. Okay. A friend in a regiment asked me was I interested in this. So this is a Snugpack tarp. 3x3. I'm going to give this a go, see what I think. This is the Snugpack G2 all-weather shelter, okay, and the pattern that's in is terrain. Now personally, me and Mac both looked at the camouflage pattern. For us as civvies these days, doesn't really matter. However, tactical, it is not. Wouldn't you say so, Mac?
No, it's different.
Yeah, it is different. Yeah. So
it's for somewhere we haven't been.
Yeah, it's definitely for somewhere we've never been. Let's have a look at that 3x3. So 3x3. So look at that corner. Right, so what I'm going to be setting this up is in a diamond pattern, which is how this tarp has been designed. The first look at it, we were like, yeah, do you know what, you could design this a bit better. What I will say to you, Snugpack, if you do get to see this, yes, we like it. However, could you put eyelets in the centre so that you could rig it square to square, right? Because not always do we want to go diamond pattern. But anyhow, we'll get this rigged out, we'll get this set up, and we're all done. Right. I'm going to tie this corner back around this tree. And I'm going to have a look at what I've got this end. Exact fit, isn't it? So, because of the shape of it, I don't need to put a prussic knot on it because of the size of it. And this is a good size shelter. This 3x3, looking at it, the first time we've set it up, I would say it's absolutely perfect for hammock camping because it fits the hammock and the hammock line absolutely superbly. And by some miracle, fits these two trees perfectly.
I'm glad we moved that tree.
Yeah, I'm glad we put that tree there. Work with the forest, not against it. And that wasn't planned, that was pure luck. Okay? That was pure luck. So what I'm going to do Yeah, I'm going to run a long line over there, peg out the back of that, tarps up. This is working out to be a super shelter. So, for your hammock, overhand loop in the line, okay, that's going to go through the grommet. Once it's gone through the grommet, small stick through it, and that'll pull it taut on the grommet. When it comes to taking down, you just got to take the stick out. Makes life a lot easier. Again, go through the grommet, place the stick on, place the stick in. Yeah. Drop the back. Now, as you see, so this shelter, on pretty much the hammock is covered from end to end. Now, one of the things that you can get with a hammock is you can get water running down a tree if it rains heavily. It will hit the strap here and it will track down the strap. Okay. Now, if you leave an end, or if you don't have an end like that, wrap a piece of twine around it and dangle it down. Water always follows gravity, so it will track down here, and it will run down here, it drips down there. It doesn't track down the lines onto my hammock and into my hammock. Okay, one of the most common mistakes is people just set the hammock up and then stick this, because it's tidier, up here. The water will track into your hammock and fill your hammock. Okay, you'll be sleeping in a puddle. Just leave it loose. And if you really want to, if you've got bits of kit like car keys, clip them on there, you know where they are. If you've got a torch, you can clip it on there. Your first aid kit, you can hang it on there. Okay, if need be, even your Bergen, your emergency kit, you can support it on there. If somebody comes and touches it in the night, you're going to know about it. It's going to move your hammock. Okay, so that's a summer setup. Okay, it's a nice summer setup. For winter, I would lower this front. Okay, peg it to the ground, and I may even put an extra couple of guy lines on, just to deal with any wind or weather. Okay, so that you're going to have a narrower opening here. You're protected from the environment. It's a nice simple system, works well. Okay, and as we see, nowhere near the ground. Now, on the Snugpack hammock, if you don't like the hammock moving, you do have these guy lines in the centre, which you can pull out and peg down to the ground. Okay, which will make it a bit more comfortable on the ground. Personally, yeah, I don't mind it swinging. I find that quite comfortable. If anything, it's a bit relaxing. So that's your summer setup. Now we're going to adapt it very, very slightly for the winter setup to make it warm. Now, the thing with a hammock is you are laying on a very thin material. Okay. Now, you can put an air mattress in there that will help insulate you from the ground or from beneath. Okay, you can put a roll mat in there. Okay, that will widen it out, makes it quite comfortable. Sleep on that. That will give you some insulation. The other thing that you can do is you can get yourself an underquilt. Now, guys, underquilts are underquilts. Basically, all it is like a sleeping bag that sits underneath, so that the hammock hangs down into the sleeping bag, it wraps around you, gives you an insulating layer from the ground and what's beneath you. If you're on a tight budget and you've got a spare sleeping bag, it is literally bunch one end of the sleeping bag up round here, tie it off, do the same at the other end. You've created for yourself an under hammock, okay, or an underquilt. It works, it's cheap, it's an easy, effective thing to do. Don't put it inside, because what will happen when you're in the hammock, it will slide around, it will move, and it moves away from you. You end up with a cold bum or cold side or a cold arm. It goes underneath. So we'll put the underquilt on and see how that looks. And again, this one's from One Tigris. I've been promising myself one of these for years, because again, my old system was, as I was telling you, it was an old sleeping bag strapped underneath the hammock, and it works reasonably well. But people have said to me, get yourself an underquilt. I got to the point where I could afford one, so I decided that's where I'd go. And this is purposely shaped for the kit. And all this does sorry, there's a small carabiner on the hammock. My mistake there. Small carabiner on the hammock. So it's actually purposely designed. Brilliant. So that clips on there, that clips on there. The hammock sits inside your underquilt. Excuse the boots. So when you slide into your hammock, the underquilt comes up against the hammock, creates an insulating layer. It actually comes up round your sides, which is absolutely lovely, and gives you a cuddle. You've got your mozzie net, so you can secure your mozzie net. If you wanted to, you can lift the mozzie net slightly, okay, by putting a line on it, so that it's a bit higher. Personally, I like it quite close. Traps a little bit of warm air. But yeah, that's me comfortable. I could get a good night in this. And as you can see, it supports the body well. I've got no pressure points, no hard points. I'm off the ground, I'm insulated, I'm warm and toasty. The Wooby thrown over me will be more than enough to keep me warm. Okay? And it really doesn't matter how much I move about. When I get up in the morning, or if I have to get up in the night, all I've got to do is sling myself sideways, push myself up. Okay, the hammock and a tarp, that's all you need. Okay, and this is actually my favourite way of going out camping. Okay, if I'm in an environment where I can use it, this is what I use. Hopefully, guys, you've liked the video. Hopefully, it's given you some ideas. Okay. You can have a look at this, see what you think, adapt it. I could swing the tarp round the other way, make a tentage system. I could swing the tarp round the other way, make a tentage system, so it doesn't need to be this sort of diamond shape. But as you see, the nice thing with the diamond, it covers absolutely everything. It is sorted, okay? And that, I will get a comfortable night's kip in. Okay, it's not as light as running with a simple sleeping bag. It's a little bit heavier, it's a bit more kit, and it's a little bit more involved, but it works. Now, what we will do on the next video, we're going to cover prusik knots and tarp lines. Now, tarp lines, we were lucky here, for whatever reason this tarp fitted perfectly on these trees, but we're going to cover prusik knots, anchorage, getting your tarp set up for this sort of system, tensioning out. We're also going to cover another shelter system that you've already seen, okay, because the next video will be an overnighter. So me and Mac up here in the woods, proof of the pudding time. I will stay in this system, Mac's going to stay in one of the other systems. We're going to try out the American Wooby, we're going to try out the American bivvy bag, and we're going to compare them to the British setup. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed. Let's have a quick look around. This would be my bed for the night, and as you can see, I would be more than comfortable in that. Okay, sets up on the tree there, nice and easy. You've got a line here. Okay, you could set this line up outside the tarp and have the hot tarp hang from it. I actually prefer it on the inside. I like this bit of tension that you get. You could collect water on this, okay, use it as a water collection system. You can lower that corner so water runs off, and you can lower it pretty much as you want, and as you can see on the tree over there, it would just be dropping it down the tree or even anchoring it off this tree and lowering it. This end is exactly the same. There's my tarp line. There's a second line which we had a bit of luck, so that actually pulled the tarp taut off of the trees. Okay, invariably that doesn't happen, and you end up putting a prusik loop on this line, anchoring it to the corner and tensioning it out, and that's why I'm going to cover that on the next video. Okay guys, that's my shelter done. That's my favourite sleep system. Yeah, the one Tigris underquilt, like that, that's nice, looking forward to using it. One Tigris tent system. Yes, I know it's brand names, but hey, got to the point where I've saved and saved and saved, and I'm able to come away from some cheaper systems and try them out. And I will be honest with you, if I try these out and they don't work, I will tell you, okay? However, so far, I really like it, and it's working out well. The Snugpack tarp, it's a nice size tarp, okay? It's a good size tarp. That 3x3 works well. It's ideal for this system. It's going to be ideal for the ground camp as well. The camouflage pattern, not so keen on. Anyhow, that's enough of that. Now the first rule of being up the woods, get the brew on. That's what we're going to do now. Catch you in a bit. Right guys, welcome to Hampshire Outdoors Survival. Mickey here. So I'm halfway through editing to this week's video, and unfortunately it's going to be a very long video if I put the brew kit on as well. So what I'm going to do it as two separate videos. I'm going to put this one up first and then closely followed by the second one. So if you're interested in brew kits and want to see my thoughts and ideas on starting out right at the beginning, you know, what to start off with for brew kits, fires and all the rest of it, by all means watch that video, send us a comment and a like if you liked it. So you get two videos this week, two for the price of one. Wow. One of the other things I'd like to say is there's another channel I've been watching, Benny's Paranormal Camping. Okay, brilliant guy, very entertaining, he's good fun. I like him, Benny, well done mate. And this week he actually made a frying pan out of twigs, or sticks. That's clever stuff. Go along, have a look at his. Tell him Mickey sent you if you leave a comment. Okay, and Benny, you see this? Awesome mate, awesome, you cracked it. I thought it was quite clever. A little bit of adaptation, yeah, make it better, but yeah, you're on the right lines. Anyhow guys, love those you do, forgive those you don't. Take it easy, have fun, look after yourselves, have a great week. And from me and Mac, yeah guys, stay safe. Mickey out.